Can you really make money typing names, and is it really possible to earn up to $300 per name by joining Squadhelp? My name is Michael, and this is a question many viewers here on my channel have asked me, and therefore I decided to make this Squadhelp review here where I'll explain all the details. And let me just reveal right away that you can potentially earn good money here, but there are also some important aspects that you need to consider to find out if it's really the right option for you or not. And that's exactly what this video will help you figure out. So let's start by going over the basics of what Squadhelp is, and then also who can join, and then we go over the earning potential and the details you need to consider. But Squadhelp is a platform that helps different companies and businesses to come up with names, for example, and that's where we potentially can earn, because they need people to type names, they need people to come up with different names, so they need creative people like this, and then if we're lucky, we can get selected and then potentially earn really good money. But we'll talk more about the earning potential later. Also, you need to be aware that you can potentially join from all countries. There's not as such any limitations like that, but there can be some other limitations because it all comes down to your creativity and your preferences and all that. But we'll explain all that here. That's just the basics of what it is. So let's now go over how it works and what type of names you need to come up with, how much you can earn and all this. So if you are on Squadhelp's website, you will see that the main website is mainly about businesses that can buy their services, pay for example, having someone help them come up with names, and that's what we can potentially earn by doing. But you potentially just then need to go to the section that says join as a creative. You can also see the URL here, and that's where you can get more information about how you can earn. And in this video here, we'll focus on this naming contest. You can also come up with different domain names, meaning the URLs here of different websites, and potentially earn by doing that. But the naming contest also has a huge potential because it does not require you to come up with these URLs or get these URLs here or sell them. Here you just need to come up with names, and you can see here there's all kind of different information about it. So let's go to these active contests here, because this is where you can get an idea about what it really offers here, because you can see these active contests here. Right now, as of recording this video here, there are 191 contests available, meaning that there's 191 companies or businesses that are looking for a name, and you can participate in each of them, but how many there will be available will of course vary from time to time, and some of the ones showing here are also already closed, so they might not all be available here, but you can search like that and see what it is. This is just to give you an idea about how much you potentially can earn. And you can see here there is a price here saying $300, and you will potentially get all that if you are selected. And once you have signed up and logged in and all that, you can click here and read all about all the details, because usually they have some kind of little brief, like a short description about what type of name, so you know a little bit about the business, and then you can start just being creative and come up with several names and then post them there. And if they end up selecting your name, you will get these $300 here. And you can see many of them offer $300, but there's also some here you see an NDA, so that you need to, for example, sign an NDA, meaning a non-disclosure agreement, so you cannot share any information that you get by looking into this here and by posting, and because sometimes you need to get some background information, and of course do not want to get that out there. But you can see there's a lot of them that give you $300 as a price here potentially. And also over here in the side, you can see how long there's left here before the contest ends here. This one, for example, 4 days and 9 hours, so that's when it finishes. So you can also look here through here, this one finishes in 12 hours. So if you want to participate in several, then you need to prioritize the ones that finishes soon, of course. But as you can see, you can potentially earn good money if you can come up with great names. But it might not be as easy as you think, and there's also some other details you need to think about. So let's just talk a little bit about the chances of actually winning these $300 there. So when you are on this overview page here, you can of course see how great rewards you can get and all that, but you can also over here see how many entries there are. So this one here, for example, there's already 948 entries, and it has more than 4 days left, so there can be a lot more. This one already has more than 1,500. This one getting close to 2,000 entries here. So you can see a lot of them have a lot of entries. Some of them have less, of course, here. But that is the challenge here, because there's no guarantee that you will ever earn these $300. Some of them also give a lower price, but there's no guarantee that you will ever get selected, because there's a lot of competition here. And you can spend a lot of time coming up with really creative, great names, but you might not get anything out of it. You might participate in 10 contests over a week or whatever and not win one single time. And maybe, I don't know, that depends how creative you are, but maybe you spend a lot of time thinking about it or brainstorming and doing research about what would be a great name, and you will not get anything if you are not selected as a winner. And that's very important to be aware of. So it's not a good option for all, and there's no guarantee that you will earn. If you are looking for jobs or online ways to earn where you're guaranteed to earn for the effort, then this is not an option for you, but it can give you quite high prices for fairly low effort if you're lucky, you can say, because even though you're really creative, when there are 1,564 entries, there's still 6 days left, so probably it will reach about 2,000. It's also a little bit about luck, because they also need to really like it and see your name and all this. There's a lot that comes into play. So that's one thing to consider. But there's also another thing you need to consider. That's the payout method. So we'll go over that also. And then also there's a little catch, you can say, when you sign up that you also need to be aware of. So we'll go over all that next here. But before we go over that, I would appreciate if you can just take 1 second to like this video here, because it can help it to be seen by more people. So I just jumped to the FAQ section to talk about how you can get paid, because that's of course important to know also. And you can see here, they use PayPal to send out all payouts. So you will have to have a verified PayPal account to be able to get paid. That also means that it does not make sense to start working here or coming up with any ideas if you do not have a verified PayPal account. If you live in a country where PayPal is available, it's quite easy to get a verified PayPal account and it's free. So then you can just make sure you do that, but you need to make sure to do that before signing up here. Other than that, PayPal is of course a great way to get paid in cash, because it's just a very convenient and fast way to get paid. And also one thing that you can see here, because that's something that I know a lot of people will also be asking here, when you can participate. And you can participate as soon as you join. You will get 2 contests, as you can see here. But you need to have a few likes in the first few contests, because that means like that the ones that post these jobs here will like it. That doesn't necessarily mean that you will win it, but that they will like it, that they think it is a good suggestion. And once that happens, then you will receive access to all the contests. So right away, you cannot just join all the contests. That's also important to know. And then there's this little catch that I talked about. So to show that, I'll just go through the sign up process here, because there's something very important to think about before doing that. So I've now gone to the sign up page here where you can create an account, and you can see here there are 2 options. You need to join as a buyer, but that's if you're looking for a name or logo or tagline and things like this. This is all what you can also earn by coming up with, but you can also join as a creative here, and that's what you need to do if you want to earn by coming up with the ideas. So you just need to click that here, and then you need to fill out the names, the email address and all this here. So I will just do that and then show you the next step, because that's where there's something important you need to be aware of. So once you fill out the info, you just need to create an account here. And you can see then you need to set up a profile here, and I'll also just do that and then show you the next step. But also here you can see, as I mentioned earlier there, you need to select the country, and you can choose basically any country here. So there's no restrictions depending on the country you live in, but of course you need to have access to PayPal, because if not, it doesn't make sense, because then you can't get paid. But I'll just fill this one out here and then be right back. And the next step here, that's the catch, as you can say. That's definitely something you need to consider, because to be able to participate in the naming contests, you see here, you can say here what you want to participate in. If you want to sell domains, or if you want to participate in logo contests, you can just do that here. But if you want to participate in the naming contests, there is a $10 sign-up fee. And that's not something you see until you go through the sign-up process. And that's why I wanted to show you this here. I have done it before, but I needed to do it again to show you this here, because it can be a little bit confusing. Suddenly you come here and then you have to pay a fee to do that. I'm not sure exactly why they do this. It's probably to make sure that it's only people that are serious about it. But as I also explained, there's no guarantee that you will ever win anything. Of course, a $10 sign-up fee is not a huge amount, but you only need to pay this, of course, if you're confident that you're creative enough to come up with these different names here. So that's definitely something very important to consider here. And if you then click here, then you will be taken to pay, and then you can get access to the naming contest inside the member dashboard. There's no need for me to show you inside the members dashboard here, because also for these NDA purposes where you can't reveal a lot about it, I can't really show you more about the contest than what they have available publicly here. But this is just to show you the most important things you need to consider, because once you're inside, it's fairly easy to just go to the contest sections there, once you paid, of course, and then just submit the different names there, read what they want you to do. But of course you do need to first consider if you are willing to pay for this, because you cannot join the naming contests for free. So overall, Squadhelp is a way to potentially earn up to $300 per name you come up with. And it can of course give really great value for your time if you're really creative and if you're lucky enough to get selected, because as you can see, there's a lot of competition here, so it will not be easy money unless you're of course super creative and lucky, as mentioned. Also, you do need to consider that to participate in these naming contests here, you do need to pay a $10 sign-up fee. And this is something that many others forget to tell you, but it's quite important to consider also, because there's no guarantee that you will win any of the contests. So overall, whether it is the right option for you or not really depends. If you feel like it's okay to pay these $10 here and that you are creative and want to spend a little bit of time coming up with names once in a while, then maybe you can end up earning some really nice side money like that, but it's not something that is guaranteed. If you want to find ways to earn online where you're guaranteed to earn for your effort, then this is not the right option for you. And I will leave links below here to more information about videos I have with platforms that offer you different tasks you can do where you're guaranteed to earn for your effort. But no matter what, I hope this video here helped you figure out if Squadhelp is the right option for you or not. And if it did help you, then make sure to hit the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time there's a video with tips and tricks about different free ways to make some extra money on the side online.